Hello, am I live? I can't tell. Good evening, everybody. This is Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, Zone 6A, Cleveland, Ohio. Um, if you guys can hear me, can you please put in the chat if you can hear or see me? Because right now, I think I screwed up again trying to put StreamYard on my phone so I could do lives outside. I think everything went to my phone instead of to my computer, even though I put it on my computer. So, uh oh boy, I tell you, one of these days I'm gonna learn how to do stuff. All right, people. I need for y'all. I need for y'all to let me know if you can hear me or see me, cause I thought, okay, now you're popping up on my live chat. I got two chats going at the same time, I do believe. Uh, all right. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I done screwed up again. I see my Renaissance grandma and Presbyterian gardener and Lashes CC. I see y'all on two different chats. I see Joshua that's on my computer, Dark X, and Miss T with the T. I'm saying hello to everybody. Oh, and I see Shawnee 2003. So I know you probably can hear me and see me on the YouTube. Okay. Hey, Mike. Hey, bro. But I also got a chat going on my phone. And I didn't mean to set it up there. I just wanted to get Yard Stream on my phone. So if I was out in the yard, I could do a pop up. But now I'm seeing half you guys on my computer and the other half on my phone. All right. Can anybody tell me how I can switch where I can get everybody that's on my phone onto my laptop? Because you know, this is not my forte. So, can anybody help me in the chat? How do I? Is there any way I could transfer the people that's on my phone onto my computer, or do I have to close down the chat on my phone? It's the same stream, okay? But I don't know if they can hear me or see me. So that's the only problem. Lolita, thank you for stopping in. Okay. Hi, Miss George. Oh, okay. You saying hi to everybody. So, all right. I can see them on my phone talking to one another, but I don't know if they can hear me. That's my issue. I just want to move everybody from one stream to the next to combine the two together. Let's put it to you like that. I know I shouldn't be doing this stuff unless I got somebody here helping me, because yeah, I can hear and see you. Okay, bro. Yeah, but that's on my laptop. See, I got people streaming on my phone, and that's where I want to get them off of here and put them on there. That's my issue. Everyone type yes if you can hear. Okay, did you hear that? On my phone in StreamYard. If you can hear me, can you type yes to let me know? I know you probably can't see me, but can you hear me? This is bananas. Oh, geez. They're stuck in an old life. No, this ain't old life. This is the life from today. Uh, okay. Oh, I'ma just type in. Duh. I could type in the chat, can't I? Um, every one I'm in a different chat room. Go out and come back in. Thanks. Okay. My brain finally kicked in that I just text them and let them know I'm in a different chat. Indiana Jackson. Yes, see and hear you. Okay. All right. That you guys are on my laptop. Okay. Yeah. All right. Growing with Hudson. Good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Okay. All right. They got my message. Everybody's saying okay. Sometimes my brain works and sometimes it takes a break. It's been a long day today. It's been actually beautiful here in Ohio. It got up to 74 degrees. They made me break out with shorts and a tank top. And working in the sun was hot. So I didn't do as much today as I had the last 2 days because my feet started aching. Okay. Oh, okay. Everything kind of changed, jumped. All right. Close on your phone and put your YouTube on your phone. Okay. Thank you, bro. All right. I closed it out. See, that's why I love our family. They kind of hold your hand and kind of walk you through stuff. And I appreciate that. Because I didn't know what I was doing. All right, there goes Cece. Hey, made it over. Okay. Oh, thank you. The analytic gardener. Thank you. Hello, good evening. All right. Thank you, bro. Oh, thank you, the analytic gardener. Okay. Thank you, bro. Whew. My internet son, I appreciate that. All righty. Hey, I'm biased. How are you, sweetheart? Girl, I be watching y'all early in the morning when y'all on Miss T with the T. Y'all be cracking me up. Some of them paneling. I kind of kept quiet today about that subject. All right. Because to me, that's strictly privacy talk behind closed doors. So I didn't get into that. Hey, Cheryl. Nice to see you today. How you feeling? Grace. Hi. Glad. Oh, there she go. Presbyterian. You made it over. All right. Y'all. Y'all slowly popping up and peeping in. I really appreciate that. Yes, indeedy. uh, who was it? Unbiased. I was watching your video the other day. I didn't get a chance to finish watching it, and I hadn't had a chance to go back to watch the replay. You was making a pair of shorts, I guess, for a young man, and I was trying to figure out how did you figure out getting that? I guess it's the tie string in it. You was trying to get it in there. You didn't have a safety pin to pull the cord through there, so I didn't get a chance to go back and check it out to see how you finished up those shorts for that young man. It was juicy today. I was in the bushes watching. Ah, Cece, I was worried about you from that storm that you had the other day. Excuse me, it was what? A lot of rain and high winds. And fortunately, when you went out there, I didn't make, uh-oh. I hate when the chat jumped like that and I missed what you said. I didn't want to put, but they made me. Did you say I'm biased after why they got on your nerves? All right. Yes, EC. I was like, you went out there and checked your garden and you was picking up everything and pulling out stuff and getting the slugs off your berries, but it didn't flood like it normally do. So yeah. Hey, Fifi. Yes, girl. How are you? Yes. Glad to see you made it in tonight. Oh, we got a lot of good folks showing up here bright and early. That makes me so happy. Makes me feel good. Um, I've been kind of doing a lot of little shorts and stuff today. I go out in the front yard. I haven't really gone over into the lot where my veggies is at because I really can't do a whole lot. My feet all bandaged up. They still bandaged up. They'll be like this until tomorrow when I have my doctor's appointment, and they can do some sonograms on my legs. So that was too much over there in the yard. I could sit on my little rolling cart and work in my flower garden and stuff. But I did plant a couple of veggies outside today. I did a video. I haven't downloaded it yet. I'm trying to kind of space my videos out until I run out of energy. Um, but Ohio's weather had been unseasonably cold with a lot of sub temperatures in the evening and a lot of big drops. Like a couple of weeks ago, we had an 80-degree day and then it dropped down to 30 degrees, which means your plants can go into shock. And it's not even a transplant shock, just shock. And I was worried about my trees, the new ones I just bought, and my figs and my Meyer lemons. But everything seemed to fare. I got new leaves on my Meyer lemon, and my other trees seem to be healthy. I add some slow release fertilizer specifically for fruit trees, and everything seems to be okay. I did go over and a lot look at the trees I had over there, and all the ones that have blossoms, they're starting to fruit. I'm seeing peaches, little baby peaches, and baby apples and stuff. So I don't know. If I can keep the deer from eating everything, I might have a decent crop of fruit this year. Jones True 67. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Yeah, yeah. Between watching Unbiased and Crafty Leo, y'all be throwing down though. Y'all be hooking that stuff up. I need 100 devices. Everyone live at once. Jeez. Okay. I see nothing is stopping you. Good for you. No, it slowed me down today though. I sat out on my little bench on the side and I rocked. My feet started tingling. I was like, no, that ain't good. So after I planted my two little veggies out there, I brought my little happy behind in the house, and I've had my legs propped up most of the evening, so I can be able to bear sitting here for next 2 hours for the live. But I've been watching everybody else's. Um, Quinn, did you change what side of the yard you had on your greenhouse on, or is it just the way the camera angle was at? Because it looked like you moved it to the other side of the yard. I was like, wait a minute, did she change it or what? But your yard looking good, girl. Everything's coming up in there looking real nice. And I was watching your video about vermiculite. I'm more or less into perlite. Vermiculite is a little costlier than, believe it or not, perlite around here. So I got my perlite. Hey, that's Gloria Elliott. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you. What you say, Jones Truth? You had a storm and power outage. Just got the lights back on. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Did your food fare through the storm? I hope you didn't lose anything, because that's normally the first thing you worry about. Everything else you can kind of get through, but you worry about your food toiling out. And if that happens, how they say, fire up the Barbie, because we finna have a serious barbecue. So you cook everything up before you just totally lose it. I'm running on all fours and not enough. Oh, I'm biased. If you was to stand still too long, I believe you would melt to the floor. Girl, you got too much energy. Just give me an ounce of that. I just need a little bit. I don't want to burn out. Yeah, it's a lot of things I need to do. So I could use a little a little extra oomph. I took a shot of, what was that, ginger today. Shots glasses. This one is elderberry, and I took a shot of elderberry, ginger, and turmeric today. You know, when you get older, you need all to get up and go, because all your get up and go got up and went. And I try to, at least stay up. I don't want to sleep all day and then be up all night. No, it's always reverses it. Okay, okay, all right. I was like, what? All right. But you said, are you good, Jones? Okay, glad to hear that. Glad you're okay. Would you say, Fifi? That would definitely be a serious barbecue. I know, because when most people pack their freezers, it's normally meat. If you can catch good sales on, large quantity of meat, or you just like all different varieties. I mean, it could be chicken, it could be steaks, it could be pork chops. I don't know what your dietary, diet is, but it could be a whole different kind, a variety of meats and stuff. So, yeah, if that stuff start thawing up, that would definitely be a serious barbecue. Oh no, why? But when I film, it always reverses everything. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, shut the front door. Do I see TT up in here? Stop the madness. Well, hello. You stopped in to say hi to me. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. I was teasing Scaredy Cat, Miss Pam. She was doing a video about the red pot she got in her yard and how she's extending, her growing. And she said just a little bit, and I typed her a line. I was like, yeah, "That's my line," and she sent me back the little emojis with the laughing faces on it. So yeah, I've been hearing a lot of folks and a lot of these chats lately saying like, "What Miss Shirley say?" Just a little bit. Y'all tickle me with that. Y'all do. What you say? My freezer is full of last year's harvest, and I wish I did have some meat. Ah! Hey, that's a good thing too. I know my mom in the fall we used to go to this farm on the west side where you can crop your own greens and crop them and wash them and freeze them, so you have fresh greens all winter. So I do understand what you're saying when you talk about veggies. Broke Farmer High. Who said that? Say Gina. Gina, what's up, baby girl? I see you up and feeling better out there earlier today, ripping and running. Couldn't talk on somebody's live. You was out there driving. So I'm glad to hear that you up and moving around and you feeling so much better. I came in to say hello. I have to go. That's all right, Grace. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button if you didn't hit it on the way in to show me that you like me just a little bit, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you later in somebody's YouTube streets. Okay, I have my backyard chicken and turkey, but I have a generator, a backup to the generator, and a backup to the backup. Hey, that's what you have to do. Like Led said, Led got like 99 different generators, but he said on a cloudy day, they don't mean jack. So, you got to have stuff. And I had invested in crank uh crank up a crank generator, a crank radio, and a crank flashlight, just in case I don't have batteries. Batteries don't last forever, and sometimes you don't know how much juice are in them when you buy them in the store. So it's best to have, like you say, backup for the backup for the backup. And I got a solar flashlight too that I just leave it up in the windowsill and let it generate. So hey, she made her way over. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Thanks for you making it over and saying hello to me and you saying hello to everybody else. That's right, Mike. Mike, did you get that? Um, so yeah, I've been watching everybody. Comment songs. Okay. All right. Everybody saying hello to other. The default comment triggering. Mike, you know what? Between you and David, y'all two are bad boys in our growing community. Yeah, you and David Corey. Y'all know y'all be a hot mess. I've been laughing at Indiana Backyard Gardener talking about her seed addiction. I was like, really? She act like she the only one got that seed addiction. I told between me and Mike, we can open up our own seed store. We can probably put a few other these places out of business. There's no way we're gonna use up all these seeds even in our lifetime. Okay, much longer in the garden because we got too many. I mean, all you need is one. I said 3 seeds out of each pack. 3, just in case one don't come up. You got 2. In case one die, you got 1. But if that one's going strong, you're gonna get your seeds back. So yeah. Everybody still saying hello to one another. I'm not an addict. I'm a aficionado. Please, you wish. Boy, you still green and got milk behind the ears. I've been doing this long before you came along. You're not even close to being an aficionado. Nah. You still, nah. Well, you're a little higher than preschool. Might be first grade, but mm-mm. You trying to be, but you ain't there yet. Keep on buying seeds. You'll get there eventually. Uh, Truthfully, I might have a few seed packs in there as old as you. I had some seeds that I put in one of my flower boxes last year, and they didn't come up, and I just planted some more. I don't know why, but they didn't come up. So I don't really clean out my window boxes. I kind of leave whatever in them die out. And a lot of that stuff actually reseed. Well, some of the stuff reseeded started coming up, but then I started seeing other plants that looked like stuff I planted the year before and it didn't show up. They were a little slow. They were old, but they came up and they came up game busting. It took them a minute, but they overwintered and they came back. I was like, wow, these seeds, the potency is not as strong, but they weren't totally dead. So, it's not for us to say longevity on seeds. We just say they're less potent from year to year, but that doesn't mean that they'll never germinate. In some cases, they don't. In a lot of cases, they surprise you. I had some petunias that I didn't pull up, and when the weather warmed up, they started popping up in the cracks in the sidewalk, in the steps. They were just popping up everywhere, and I left them right there, and they was just as cute and pretty as they wanted to be. So, as they say, nature don't need us; we need nature. So this it's gonna do. Yeah, Mike's a seed magnet. Well, his wife, she right along there with him. She co-signing. She's not saying no. Oh, would you say a seed connoisseur? Ooh, pardon moi. Yeah, I just got some sun gold tomatoes and milkweed. Ah, that's what I want, some milkweed. Oh, Hudson, and thank you. This is my internet hug to you from a moringa. Hey, Robin. Thank you, sweetheart, for stopping in. Oop, Teen is in the place. Hey. How are you, the educated natural? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, would you say, Dart? Say the sun gold is one of your favorites. That's nice to see that everyone doesn't grow the same thing, but then there's some varieties other people like better than others. Like I grew the yellow pear tomatoes, and they grew. I had yellow pear tomatoes up the yin yang, but you know what? They wasn't my they wasn't my flavor. I don't know what it was about them, but I just didn't particularly care for them. I don't grow them anymore. I've had friends who got quite a few of them when they started really ripening, and I gave them all away. And they started popping up seedlings in the spot for the ones I missed, and I was pulling them up. It just wasn't my jam. I heard a couple other folks say they didn't particularly care for them either, but the yellow pear, mm-mm. Now the chocolate cherry and the midnight snack. Oh, I can grow them every year. If I can learn how to grow them in my hydroponics inside, they'll be there this winter. But yellow pear, nah, wasn't all that. But I'm like Jada though. I like the little patty pan squash. Those are so cute, and they were good. Yeah. So I got a lot of starts, and I'm getting ready to harden out and put them in. I don't know if y'all saw my video, but I had like 15, 20 5-gallon buckets in the backyard that I am upgrading. I got some worm casting, blood meal, and bone meal, and I'm finna mix that up along with a little of my chicken poop and upgrade those and start planting out my veggies because I'm not up potting them. They going straight in the pots. If they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. I always grow what I like, and I add a plant. I know, and that's what I did. I always grow what I like, but I want to try them because folks was talking about them. I grow a 10 yellow pear grown. Okay, see, like I said, I tried them. I didn't like them, so I'm gonna grow them again. So I just grow me some extra okra, which I know a lot of folks like, and include myself. I love okra. Martika, what's up? Ah, Shakira, what's up? Yeah, y'all popping up in here tonight. This will be my first year for Patty Pan. Okay, TT. Well, TT, you weren't that big of a gardener before, so you finally stepping up your A game. Cause I know you down, on the canning and hot water bath and all that stuff, but I never heard you talk that much about gardening. So you just stepped up your A game, and I'm proud of you, girl. Hang in there. What you say, Gina? You got a chocolate cherry start today. from my local nursery. Well, I have a farmer's market here, and they sell starts from their gardens, and I can use my EBT card. So I go down there, and that's where I got the midnight snack and the chocolate cherry last year from Farmer's Garden Market. So I'll be back there Saturday. They there every Saturday. Come June, they'll be there Wednesdays and Saturdays. But right now, they're just every Saturday from 8 to 1. Yeah, so they have some really good stuff because they had one year I wanted to get the Molly, what is that? Ground cherries for them because she grows them. This is one particular stand that I've got really good with her. And actually, I did a video on her stand at the farmers market. So she has a lot of good stuff in there and got a nice rapport. And every now and then I look in my bag and she done throw something in there free, a little extra, a little something, something. I need to get mine planted. Yeah, Mike. I'm surprised you didn't say it's already in the hydroponics. Ah, soil sister, mountain sister. What's up? How are you this evening? This is a good friend of mine. He makes homemade wine. I got a new bottle. Guava. Oh, this is so good and smooth. I would like for him to meet Lead Farmer so they can have a taste test because I know they would be down with that. Everybody saying hi. Shirley, the white patty pan you sent me just German. Ah! Broke, you see, I tried to throw you a little extra something in there because when you said strawberries, I was like, I wonder if people like these. Yeah, I thought, well, lack of seeds, I don't have. So I figured I'd throw you in a little extra something in there. Let's put a little pressure on that like button, please. Yeah. Just a little bit. Thank you very much, Quinn. Oh, yeah, y'all. I'm feeling pretty good today, but I had a little pain pill earlier today, so that kind of brought me down and made me feel a little better. Blessed and flavored this evening, sis. Hope you are the same. I'm working on it. I am. Once I get these things off my legs, I'll be feeling better. My left foot's still a little icky, but I'll find out tomorrow just how icky it is. Yeah. I caught some kids earlier today when I went to look over my vegetable garden. When I came back, pulling on I got little evergreens that flank the walkway up to the house. They pulling on. I said, you don't do that. And the little girl, as soon as I said, don't do that, she snitched on her brother right away. She threw him right up under the bus. Well, he was doing it earlier. I said, none of y'all touch none of my flowers in the yard. Just keep your hands to yourself. And I'm not mad at the kids. I'm mad at their parents because they haven't taught them not to touch other people's property. Yeah. So, and they were sitting on the porch. So I was like, yeah, okay. Angela Garden Delight. Yes, that's right, sweetie. Smash that like button. How are you? Now, Angela, are you just starting to garden outside? Did you have a video earlier? You had on a look like a yellow workout outfit on in the garden. I want to make sure I got my right Angelas together because I know it's a Angela Canvas and Angela Gardner. So are y'all the same people? Because I get mixed up sometimes. Grammys, what's up, girl? How are you? Thank you for coming in tonight. Yes, indeedy. All right, I'm checking answers. All right, everybody saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Make sure you drop in your channels, drop the MSOG, let other folks know where you can be found at, your zone and your state. Yep. Make sure you do that. She is both of them. Okay. All right, Gina. Because I was jelly when I saw her yard. I was like, she got cardboard down for paths. She got this. I didn't see no weeds. My lot looked like a hot mess. It looked like weeds threw up weeds and threw up some more. And I looked and I was like, girlfriend ain't got no weeds out here. I was like, how she do that? I want to know your secret. I really want to know your secret. Oh, not even open yet. Gonna do mail call. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hurry up. You got me nervous. Yes. Okay. Yes, we the same. Thank you. And I like that outfit. That outfit was cute. The matching tennis shoes, the headband, had your little headphones on. I was like, oh, look at her. I used to work out like that. I got too much in the middle here. I got too many rows that I need to get rid of. Oh, she's in the desert. Shoot, desert got weeds. Ooh, okay, but they might not be the kind of weeds we got, but the desert got weeds. All right, thank you. I'm seeing folks drop in their bro zones in their states. Please drop your channel, MSOG. Orca 3371. Good evening from Detroit. Big D. I started my tiny greenhouse, just a few things. Some beat none any day of the week. I don't care if you grow one pepper or one tomato. That's a start. You got to start somewhere and you got to grow something. Whether you like tomatoes, don't grow it. If you don't like peppers, don't grow it. Grow what you like because you will be a little more attentive to making sure that it gets watered. Please don't overdo the fertilizer and don't even overwater. You got to stick your finger down in there every now and then, make sure that it's already moist so you don't drown it. Because, new gardeners can be a little enthusiastic about making sure that their plants is watered and that they get enough sunlight. So you got to be careful because every state's heat is not the same. Like I was listening to a Presbyterian on her video about how in Georgia it's not only hot, it's humid. Well, we don't necessarily have that humidity here in Ohio. We can at times, but not as much as some of the southern states can have humidity, especially like Florida and Texas and a few other places that I know is high in humidity because I've been there personally and experienced the air so thick it's hard to breathe. So um so we don't always have that issue. If after heavy rains, we might have that, especially if the nights get cooler so they don't dry out. We might have a little problem with humidity, but for the most part, we don't have that issue. So you got to kind of be a little more conscientious about your growing surroundings. That's why I tell people to drop your grow zones and the state you live in. So if we got new people in here and they're a little leery about what they should grow, and when they should grow it, they can come to your channel, watch your videos, see what you are growing and how you're growing it, whether you're growing it in the ground or whether you're growing it in 17-gallon laundry tubs or totes or grow bags or even in a boot with a hole in it, trash cans, I mean, we're growing in all different kinds of vessels. So um, this can help encourage other folks. Like I found some potatoes that fell down on the side of my rack and they got growth all over it. And I got a garbage can out there. And I'm gonna go out there and I used that same garbage can last year to grow my red potatoes, and they came out swell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna mend it. Like I said, I got my worm castings, my blood meal, my bone meal, and I'm gonna use the same soil, just perk it up a little bit, put my spuds down there, put that first layer of soil over it till they bust through, then keep adding it up till it gets to the top and level it off. And then they on their own, and then I'm gonna put some chicken wire around it because I got problems with critters over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Food Forest Permaculture, thank you for stopping in. Yes, I appreciate you. Yeah, so everybody has their own way of doing it. Like a lot of you guys have gardens, but your yards are fenced in. Mine is wide open. Okay, anybody or anything can walk up in to the lot that I grow in. So I really have to overplant just to get a decent harvest. Plus, I share it with so many people. Would you say, dark trash cans, Oscar? Hey, Cookie Monster too. All right. Oh, yeah. So Um, you can grow in anything. I mean, absolutely anything. I've seen yards where some lady took a pair of blue jeans and tied them up at the legs and filled them up full of dirt and double stuffed the butt so it would stick out and had vines, uh, potato vines growing out of it. It was absolutely gorgeous. Loved the jeans. They were tie dyed. It was looking good. But the point is, I'm like, was this skinny boy? What he said, you don't have to be pretty, just productive, and that's what we look for. I only got half of my potatoes planted. I'm late. Well, I have a sweet potato plant that has literally gone bananas. And TLC, we talk a lot during the course of the week because we both live here less than 20 minutes away from each other. And she kept telling me, girl, would you break off them runners and put them in some water? Well, the reason why I hadn't done it was because my SD card got full. So I got a new SD card in there. And I got sweet potato vines. It's like, I need to break them off and put them in water. But I keep saying I wanted to make a video. But yeah, that's funny. So she keeps talking about me. She's like, have you put them in water yet? And I was just like, oh, Lord. So, Gina, you're the only one I hadn't talked to this week. I've been missing our conversations. I hadn't talked to Presbyterian. I hadn't talked to TLC. I mean, I'm waiting on my 2 Live crew, and I haven't heard from you. I know you were sick for a minute, but mother's feeling neglected. Okay. So you're not alone. Oh, okay. You talking to Dark. Okay. Everybody's talking, got their own little conversations going back and forth. You say I'm reading somebody else. I ordered a tone wire brush and bird netting and tubing to cover everything from tree rats plus wedding bags. Yeah. I've been going to the dollar store to try to get those laundry bags so that I can put over a few things, and I haven't been able to find them. And I'm talking about I've been to more than one Dollar Tree, and it seemed like a lot of people are getting hip to all these little cheap hacks on how to preserve their berries, their brassicas, and other stuff. What I was talking about earlier in regards to okay, uh, oh, there go Mona. Mona, I've been looking for you, girl. I've been having some late nights, and I was like, where is she at when I need her? Anyway, um, I was talking about the weather earlier. Like you're hot in Georgia is not our hot here in Ohio. I have been able to grow red mustard greens, collard greens, mustards, and turnips in the summer here because it doesn't get as half as hot here as it does in southern. And if it starts getting too warm, I could throw, you know, a cover on it to kind of knock off some of the glare from the sun. But I grow brassicas in the summertime, you know, and I have a what they call it, a trap crop. Doggone, just dawned on me. I got some marigolds in the basement that I got to get out there and water, so that I can grow them even in the heat, even when let's see, the aphids and stuff are going out. I can still grow them. They'll get a few, but a few compared to the harvest I get off of it. Because my granddaughter, who's expecting my first great grandbaby, she loves the collard greens that I grow. And she's like, Gram, you got them? I was like, I got the planter for my baby girl. I should have had them in the ground, but I had my own health issues I was dealing with. So now that I hopefully tomorrow they take these things off and I can start moving around and being a little more freedom. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff out. I'm gonna show you the videos. Harvey, container gardener, what's up, girlfriend? How are you? Yes, coming in saying hello to everybody. My mustard bolted last year as soon as it got hot. My yard gets full direct sun. All right, now if I'd have had them, that's a good point, Gina, because see, I got them here in the immediate backyard, and when those trees get to a certain height, in the back end of the property, I get what they call dapple sunlight. So it's not as bad. But if I was to put them over in the lot where there's no tree or shade, I believe they would have bolted over there. But by me having them over here, it doesn't really get the heat of the sun. until almost later in the afternoon after it comes over the trees, because my front of the house faces east and the back faces west. So west gets really hot. So I don't have that problem. And I like growing them too, and they be good too. I catch them while they're young. Yep. Hey, Kim Stage. Her gardening, her life. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Saying hello to everybody in the community. Guava, y'all. Would you say you got an ant? I was digging into a pot where I planted my dahlias yesterday, and it was a whole ant colony up under there. I was like, they had little pieces of white stuff in their mouth. I don't know if those were eggs or food, but I was like, oh, y'all got to find a new residence. Y'all got to go. And I have tried that tip where I took one ant hill from in the garden over there and brought it to the garden over here. It eradicated the ants. They fought it out. They took each other out. I hadn't seen any more ants in that area since then. Because you know how you get the little mounds up around the cracks of your sidewalk or on the side? I haven't seen any of that. So there's something to that. Oh, everybody saying hello. I heard you. Everything bolted in my garden. Okay. Dart, where are you at? Where are you located? What state and zone are you in? Okay. I'm finding more and more people are in Ohio than I thought. Wood ash makes ants leave. Ants wear a hole. Where's a hole in them? You talking about like if I burn some wood, food forest, and I can take the ash from that and sprinkle it on their mound or whatever? Can you be a little more specific? Okay. Why I prefer planting in fall garden does so much better because the daylight becomes shorter and it's not as hot. That's true. It's true that because we always looking for what they call a Indian summer come around um, August, September. That last little push, you know, of heat before our months turn cold. Hey, TLC in the garden. I see Mike saying hello. G Mama, gross. Girl, where you been? I've missed you. That's right. Tell me, hit that like button and show me that you like just a little bit. Ooh, wait a minute, that's too much. Just a little bit. Okay. uh, Mona, are you on tonight? Late night? I done had a nap. I'll be having a hard time trying to go to sleep. I was hoping this wine might slow me down just a little bit. We'll find out shortly. Oh, you're in Vancouver Island, Canada. Okay. You up around Branton? Lives 2 hours away from food. Oh, okay. All right. You got somebody close to you as well. Cool. It's nice to find out that all of us is not as far apart as we think we are. That there is someone that can get to you or visit you if you need be. And like my internet daughter Gina was fussing at me talking about don't let me get in my car and come up there. I was like, oh, and I said, and I believe she would too. I forgot what live you was on, but you were saying you're only an hour from Kings Island, which I have visited, and maybe 4 hours away from me, maybe not quite four. Okay, what you said, wood ash and biochar takes a rough sanding to click beetles, wireworms, and ants. Well, thank you. I learned something new today. Food Force, thank you very much. I did not know that because I'm getting ready to do a lot of burning. I got a lot of old bills and stuff. I'm tired of wearing my shredder out. Somebody left a, oh shoot, fire pit, a portable fire pit an abandoned house, and I confiscated it. So I'm getting ready to fix it up. Mister, do you grow the dinner plate dahlias there? Oh yeah, like this. Oh yeah. I used to grow them when I was working. I used to grow them and take them to work and put them in a picture on my desk because I worked at a hospital. And I had people come by and smell it, and I had to tell people quit touching it. They didn't believe it was real. They would stick their nose in and smell it. I said, "It's real. Don't touch it." And that's all I was doing all night long. I see, don't touch it. It's real. And I had the big pure white ones. I even took pictures of them. And I had the bright yellow. Oh my goodness, they was just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I love the dinner plate. Yes, indeed. I've grown them for years. Hey, PIA. Hey, girlfriend. Thank you for stopping me in tonight. How are you? Thank you for stopping in and saying hello to this old lady. So if we barbecue with wood and not charcoal, I could use that. Now, wouldn't charcoal would be considered biocharcoal if you don't add any, like what is that? Lighter fluid on it. I use the thing where you put all your charcoal inside of the chimney and and light my charcoal like that. I quit using lighter fluid. I bought me a chimney and I put my charcoal in it, and that's the way I fire it up. So I was wondering, could I use that ash because it hasn't been contaminated with anything? Would that be considered biochar? Yeah. And garden. Oh. Okay, Orca. All right, thank you. Um, it was some. Oh, where's my notes? Oh, all righty. Yeah. So my main topic tonight was Ohio still not warm enough. Um, Maybe by the end of this month, we will really start seeing some consistent temperatures every day, and not this yo-yo up and down, up and down. Okay. Because it was nice yesterday, but it was a little windy. And when you get that wind chill factor, it brings it down a few notches. I started out working in the sun and I was warm, but then the wind picked up and I put my jacket back on. So it was like up and down, up and down. But today was entirely a different day. It was warm early. I actually went out on the front porch and the cat, I did a little video about Miss A. I don't want to say her name. And she sat out and stretched out in the sun. She was sunbathing, looking down over the banister, watching any other stray cats or birds that was flying around. So, yeah, and I had my cup of coffee, and it was just a nice, quiet, peaceful morning. People were gone to work, kids were gone to daycare or whatever, and it was just glorious. Okay, I really enjoyed it. So passionately saying hello to everybody. I started sowing seeds early this season. Yeah, I got behind. What threw me off is when I went to the Soil Family Expo. That's my excuse because I wasn't here the 1st of April. And then other issues started going down here. Mike, you know what? You the devil. I'm not saying it. I told you, you and David. Y'all just like to keep crap going, okay? Like my mama used to say, y'all it starters. Yeah, yeah, y'all it starters. Let's see. Uh oh, in my notes, check this out. Angela's canvas delight. I said wants to grow red mustard greens in the heat, and I put a notation. Gina said no. Then I put Cece had bad rain and windstorm Tuesday night. Everything survived and no flooding. These are the notes I make to myself. Nikki, the everyday life of the OCD is chick, how she was harvesting her lettuce and she had the slug, show the slug actually on the lettuce eating a hole in it. And she was gathering all her lettuce so that she could have a nice salad. I am smarter than an ant, but an ant colony as a collective may take time to remove with a garbage can and hay inside. Hole in hay or ant mound water and ants go in can. That's interesting. I like a little science thing. Don't think I won't try it if I see one. Hello to all I didn't mention. Oh, okay. Hey, CP, gardening. Family garden. Oh, I got garden stuck in my head. Excuse me. CP, family farming. Good evening. Thank you and welcome to my life. Oh, glad to see you made it in tonight. Cash App blessings help support Miss Show. Yeah, please do. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. For the ones I hope they caught that. All righty. Oh, and I was watching Erica, my flying by family, how she was telling, was it my Renaissance grandma about the 16 people tent? She said she don't know 16 people she want to put in a tent. I understand what you mean too, Erica. Oh, and the lizard that got in her dreads. Oh my goodness. You could beat me with a wet noodle. I was literally on the floor cracking up. I was like, I know that was not the funniest time, and the dogs were jumping and wanting to get the lizard, but the lizard was up in her dreads. I was like, ooh. She said any other time she'd have had a covering on her head, but that particular time she didn't. Yes, indeed. I was like, I bet you she won't go back out no more without one. I got one butterfly pea to germinate. I'm working on that along with my Tigger millings that I got from Tina. Yeah, she got a lizard. A lizard got up in her dread. She didn't. She said this is the one time she didn't have a scarf on her head or her head wrapped up some kind of way. And a lizard got up in her dress, and the dogs was going crazy because they wanted to get the lizard. I was like, ooh, yeah. Oh, and Mike, I was laughing about that duck crossing the road. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, did you check to see if it had a chip in it so you could find its rightful owner? Yes, indeed. Buffering, buffering, buffering. Who? That's you, unbiased? I'm not buffering. Anybody think I'm buffering? Yeah, I always have a hat on. She called me right after that happened, and she was traumatized. I bet she was. You trying to get it all out your head. Oh, that yeah, that's enough to freak you out. Yeah, I always have a hat on my head. 16 people tent. Yeah, yeah. She was telling them about that. That's why I said might no buffering. See, I got a cash app and I actually did upgrade my streamline in my internet from from you gracious people who throw some money my way. No buffering for me. Okay. All right. So it was just unbiased. Unbiased, you need a cash app with some money. Because they hooked this sister up. Yes, indeed. I think it was me. Oh, I know it is. Ain't nobody said buffering but you. So I had to be on your end. Fifi had a lizard in her head. Oh, I didn't see that growing with Hudson. Uh, I was laughing at Fifi when she was sitting in the window watching that bird up in the trees that was watching her chickens. Even her chickens were smart enough to go inside when they noticed that bird was sitting up there waiting on her. Yeah, Angela, your painting was gorgeous. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Peace, Shirley, and chat. Headed out. Okay, bro. All right, broke. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure wherever you're going, if you're driving, please be careful. Keep your eyes on the road. All right. Love you, my internet son. Till we speak again, I'll see you in the YouTube streets. Knowing you'll be on Miss T with the T in the morning. I won't be there because my doctor's appointment is at 9:15. So I don't know what time I'm gonna get out from there. I'll try to listen if they have me sitting in one of them little rooms waiting. But if I don't, I'll see y'all probably Saturday on somebody's live. I'm quite sure. Uh, yeah, might see you Friday at Gina's Frugal Friday or somebody's live. So I'll see you whenever I see you, bro. Be careful. Guava. It's really good though. Goodies eased up in here and I didn't see him. Somebody saying, hey, the goodies. Hey, goodies homestead, if you in the house, I'm sorry I missed you. Good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. We're just talking about the weather, how that is different in every state. And a lot of you guys are not only finished your spring, y'all already planting your summer stuff, and y'all got stuff coming up already. I see a lot of these lives where your melons is already coming up. You got okra you're growing, you got your tomatoes in, you got your peppers in, and no. Mike, I hope you heard your child. Um, but I'm and what fascinates me is some of you guys, y'all got like 10 to 20 different kinds of tomatoes and peppers and all these different kind of melons. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work even thinking about it. Just trying to keep it all watered and fertilized. What you say? You're distracted. Yeah, I feel the same way. Oh, there you go. So good. Man, you tickle me. I was watching your wife when she was filming your 40 questions. And a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do mine tomorrow. I finally got all the questions. I took the time to write all my 40 questions down. Just hadn't had a chance to sit in front of my camera and record it. I can do it now. Hey, Backyard Garden Float 2021. Good evening. Thank you for stopping in. And Calvin, you silly. Calvin cracks me up. And his wife kept saying, what kind of ghost? Y'all had me dying. All right. Make sure my child didn't jump up behind me because she scared me the other day. She jumped up behind me. And then she got back up here and she must have started snoring or something. And she almost fell off and she grabbed it. I jumped. She jumped. It was funny. Everybody saying hello. Hey, Calvin, you just so silly. I got so good and good eats. Y'all get me every time when I try to say y'all's name too fast. Yeah. Yeah, Calvin, you ain't got a lick of sense. Your wife really loves you. You be cracking me up. I harvested my first purple sprouting broccoli today. Ooh, go girl. Ooh. Now, how you gonna cook it? Are you gonna saute it, steam it, or what? I like, when people start growing out their garden, like we're used to Miss Linda, always eating out of her garden. She's showing you how she sautés this, and that, and the third with her shrimp or whatever. But everybody has different tastes. Not everybody eats shrimp. So I've been watching, who is that? Miss Patty, Southern Kitchen. I've been watching her and Kay Renee. Yeah, doing all the little cooking shorts and stuff. And my Renaissance grandma doing vegan meals and what have you. Anybody need any peel bugs? Oh, throw them in the compost pile. They'll break it down. But yeah, that red lipstick's looking good. And you know what? It's not red. It's supposed to be orange, a dark orange. But I guess it looks red on there. But thank you very much. I'm actually getting a little darker, being out in the sun, and I've been putting on sunscreen, so my makeup looks different than in the fall because that's when I lighten back up. So it's just funny how you have makeup for the spring and the summer and makeup for the fall. I ate it before I got to the I ate it before I got to the back door. I understand. I was the same way with the blueberries. Who is that? CC that was out there today picking blueberries. I know you had some blackberries you wanted to harvest, and they was talking about picking them. I was like, I be picking them and popping them in my mouth. They don't even make it in the house. Sometimes my neighbor came out and I said, you want some blueberries? He's like, sure. I pulled a bunch of them off and handed it to him because I don't use, anything on my fruits and veggies. And we're standing there saying, talking, catching up on stuff and popping berries. He's like, these are good. I was like, of course. I said, don't steal none, though. No thanks. You can have my tomato hornworms. I was watching, who is that? Tiffany, the desert gardener, and she was showing the tomato hornworms that was in her citrus plants that was holding it down, and how they was disappearing and the birds were swooping down and eating them. I will say, well, that's one way of knocking them out. You don't have to worry about them. But yeah, uh, yeah, the CC when you showed that one, and they kill me how they be on the leaf and they be hanging upside down. That trips me out. I was like, what? On your lipstick peppers near full. Ooh, okay. Did you do a video on them yet, or is that upcoming, Mike? Your lipstick peppers. That's impressive inside out. Mike got it going on, girl. Mike got it going on. They are called lipstick. Yeah, they look like a little tube of lipstick. I've seen them. I actually seen them, Quinn. The lipstick peppers. They got their name honest. I've been snacking on asparagus too. Oh man, I love asparagus. That's what I'm talking about. When I go out in the garden, when everything is really ripening up all at the same time, I can walk out in my garden and be hungry. And when I leave out, I'm full. I done grabbed a couple of cherry tomatoes and popped them in my mouth. I done grabbed maybe a small cucumber, chunked on that. Um, what else I have out there? Oh, I have celery. I'll break off a few stalks and I'll sit there and eat it down, and then I'll throw whatever's left over in the compost pile. And I've even taken a bell pepper, a little young one, and bit into it and just ate it whole, and put the core of it in my pocket so I could save the seeds. By the time I left out of there, I wasn't hungry anymore. And I have so many chives. I actually take some of the chives and rub them on me, keep the bugs off of me. They don't bother me. So there's a way of getting around working. And like right now, my strawberries blossoms, they are full. I'm just waiting on them to ripen up so I can go out there and do a video and be out there video and popping up popping strawberries. Okay, would you say, Mike, you got an upcoming video? My asparagus are just now coming up. Just the tips are peeking out. Can't wait. And I like what I'm seeing a lot of people finally getting into growing asparagus beds. And they said once you put them in, they're there for life. They got like maybe 20-25 year lifespan. So yeah, I love asparagus too. I love them raw because they crunchy and nutty. What you drinking, man? This is a brother in our congregation. He makes homemade wine. It's really good. This one is apple, and it's nice. Yeah, I put like this. G Mom grows the lipstick peppers I ate. They were sweet and they had just a slight kick to them, but they were really good. Yeah, see, even Mike say yes, sweet. Yeah, Fifi. I got some the butterfly, the blue butterfly peas, and I have some sweet peas. I do actually in my sunroom. I actually want to see if I got those tri shaped feeder pots that I got from the Dollar Tree store, and I want to leave them inside and see if I can grow my beans. I got enough of them that I can grow a nice little crop of beans. And I just want to see, by any chance, can I grow beans inside in that back room? Because that back room get hot. It's not insulated really well. It freezes in the winter and it's like a furnace come summer. And I found out that those pots are two different, how do you put it, styles, because the old ones had the trays on the bottom that you could pop off and they had the three holes already in it. The new ones don't have the trays and they don't have holes. You actually had to add holes into them. So they kind of did an upgrade. They're a little heavier, thicker as far as material. They're a little more well built. Mine huge size of bell peppers. What? And can't wait to do a video on. I can't wait to see it. Snap peas. Yeah, it's hard to really harvest stuff and bring it in the house when you're out in your yard. You're happy that it It went to fruition. It looks good. You want to taste it, and then once you taste it, and it's delicious, it's kind of hard not to want to keep eating it. I like new peas still flat. Okay, you don't like when they swell up. They're good either way. I'm used to, splitting the pea open and running your thumb in and popping the peas out. Yeah. Yeah, like yesterday I made parboiled rice, and I made what did I have? Carrots and peas, and I had some little wing dings that I sauteed, and then I put it in a gravy and cooked it down till it got nice and juicy. And I bell pepper, onions, and some curry powder for that little kick, and then mixed it with the peas and carrots and poured it over the rice. Please. Oh my goodness. It was so good. Oh, yes, indeed. My peas not germinating well. Sorry to hear that, but I'm quite sure that's not going to stop you. You're going to keep going. Which ones do you like better, the green or the purple? I don't know. I just got some asparagus from Amazon, and them all came out of the ground. So happy to see them. Ooh, backyard, go ahead. Now, once they get started, you got them for life. That wine is really good. Ah, yes, that's right. You doing it, PIA. Drop that MSOG. Let everybody know where you channel at and what you're doing. Paper towel method. Mama peace. Hate being wet or dry. Yeah, I'll put that in a plastic trash bag, and a plastic trash bag and a plastic like sandwich bag, and you can leave them out now that the weather's warmer. They should germinate almost overnight. Oh, these things on my legs is like a cast, and they starting to itch. You try to get your finger or something down in there to scratch your skin. They tell you don't do that. You can break your skin, and I'm just like, yes, easier said when it start itching. Oh, no, we are connected already. All right. Oh, TT, you gonna start some asparagus? Oh, look at you, girl. Look at you. You trying to act like you were with the big girls, okay? On the garden tip. I do find peas like germinating and cocoa core slightly moist. I have cocoa core too. I had a bricks, and then I have it loose in the bags like I got at Home Depot during the fall months when they mark stuff down and try to get rid of it, clean the shells off so they can bring in rock salt and bird feed. So that's the best time to go get your stuff. Don't get too excited and harvest your asparagus every year. It takes a good 3 years for a decent production. I'm in my fourth year. Just be patient. Okay, that's good to know, Fifi. I heard after 2 years though that you should be okay. So I guess it's according on where you planting and how your growing season in can make it. What you say, Mike? Don't scratch it. I understand, Mike, but it itches. I'm so glad these days coming off the bar. They've been on since last Friday, and the killer part about it, the worst part about having these things on my legs, I can't take a shower, and I can't get in the tub. So them kind of baths that you have to sit on the side of the tub and wash up. I ain't a funky type of woman, but this was, I like washing myself from head to toe, and I can't get in the shower. That makes me crazy. Yeah, try the paper towels. That should work. Yeah, analytic gardening. You never tried that? That's old school there. Where you take a paper towel and put it in there. Yeah, and you moisten the paper towel, put your seeds in. Back in the day, we didn't have sandwich bags. We used Saran wrap that up in there. And at that time, your refrigerators got warm on top. We used to start our seeds on top of the refrigerator or put your little plastic up on there. They germinate in a day or two. Bam. Put it in some dirt, keep it moving. So times have changed, but the methods still have the same ending that you're trying to germinate, hard seeds. Like, I'm going to tell you what I learned over the years. When I used to grow okra, my granddaddy used to take okra seeds on some sandpaper and sand just the side of it, and that helped break that hard shell so they wouldn't take long to germinate. Then I went to the method of soaking them overnight in warm water. Okay. And then I went to a method of just soaking them for maybe an hour in hot water so that the seed could absorb the moisture so it wouldn't take long to germinate. And then I went to the method where I just stuck a seed in the ground and let nature do what it do. So over the years, my method of gardening improved and I learned a lot of stuff. And listening to you guys with all the different new varieties and in wherever you live at, it's different from where I live at. So that helped me tweak certain ways of growing stuff and how to make my own soil. Like I have like 3 bales of peat moss, and I will take some old potting soil. Um, I would take all my pots that had soil in them, and I would dump them in one of those big 17-gallon laundry totes, and I would add peat moss and worm castings and all that other stuff. And I would mix it up real good and just repot everything. I don't go out buying pot and soil and stuff. I just, if I can get some busted bags of it, it's cool. But if not, I just learn as long as the plant's not diseased and I know the soil is okay, I will dump it in there, wash out the pots, and replant stuff. So yeah, that's how you do it. You don't have to try to, you know, end up filing a chapter 11 just trying to buy soil for your garden. And like my neighbor who passed away, he had a truck, and our city used to supply mulch and potting, not potting soil, but humus. And we would load up the truck. We would back the truck up to a big mound, and we would all get out there with shovels and load it up. And then he would do me first and unload my soil into the beds. And then we would go back, and I would load it up again and help him. And I would take it over to his house and load up his beds. Well, since he's gone, the city doesn't supply the mulch and stuff like they used to because they have problems with contractors coming in and taking all of that stuff for free from the residents because they didn't have anybody watching over who was coming and going. It was supposed to be only for the residents in our city, but it was a lot of rigmarole about that, so they don't no longer do it. But I was watching like Stacy Hands in the Dirt, how he would load up his truck and then back it up, like with horse manure or whatever, and load up his beds. And I used to do that. So now I just get busted bags and I dump them in each. Well, I don't dump them, but my neighbor comes over and I tell him, dump a bag of the mushroom compost, the cow manure, potting soil, and regular gardening soil into the beds, and then we would turn the beds in, level it out, and plant whatever I needed. So I really didn't need a whole lot of extra stuff into the soil because it was pretty well blended, and it is itching. it pretty well blended, and the plants seemed to be quite happy. So yeah, I meant the cocoa core for peas. I used the paper towel trick. Okay. Yeah, and I like using the cocoa core in my window boxes because they help them to hold the moisture that much longer when I put plants in, because my plants will definitely fill those boxes and they will become root bound. So they need to be able to absorb the water and hold it. And also when I add liquid fertilizer, now I will use Miracle Grow for my flowers. I won't use it in the garden, but I will use it for my flowers. Yeah. It's not the seeds I got, it's the 2 year. Oh, okay. So you actually got plants. You didn't get seeds. So they had a head start. I need a local mulching truck around here. I'll be broke trying to keep up with my garden. It's getting bigger. Well, I'm fortunate. We have a lot. This is a lot of trees in this area. A lot of trees, especially across the back where the utility lines are at. So they're always sending guys out here in the trucks to trim the trees along the utility lines. And when I see them, I go out and I say, "Who's the supervisor?" They tell me who the supervisor is. I go to the supervisor and I'm like, "How many trucks can I have?" And he's like, "How many do you want?" Well, the last trip I only got 3 trucks. And that pile was up here when I got it. Well, it's down to here now. It's breaking down. So I want to add a lot of that broken down mulch around the top of my fruit trees to help hold down moisture and keep down weeds. I want to throw some of it in my grow bags. I got 250-gallon grow bags I've never used before. First time. Just took them out last year. I want to add some stuff in there. I might try to grow my potatoes in those. And I got 2, I haven't released a video, but I got 2 metal raised beds that I caught on sale almost 2 years ago. And my neighbor put them together for me last week. So I need to get them over there and get them filled as well. So I have the right equipment. I just wish I had the muscle and the strength to do a lot of this stuff myself, because I have to depend on other folks to help me, because I just don't have the strength anymore. I'm getting older. My back says no. Your mind say one thing, but your body said that ain't happening. So I can't argue with my body, because once that's shut down, that's a wrap. Ain't nothing getting done. This way I can still piddle paddle around. I need to, okay. Yeah, I was driving down the street one day and I was like, "Er," and I pulled up and I asked the guy for a card. I went to Home Depot, took care of some business, came back, said, "This is my address. Bring your trucks." And he did. It was a couple hours later, which I knew he wasn't coming right away, but he backed up and dumped it. So, and it was a big load too. I have a new puppy and she ate my spinach. Well, she ought to be regular. She likes what she likes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't call any of these tree places. I just catch them in the neighborhood and I get their cards and I get the name of the supervisor and I tell them, even if you're not in my neighborhood, if you're in the next, area, if you're tilling some trees, bring it over and dump it for me. So he said, not a problem. He'll call me and say, I got a couple of loads. I was like, bring it. Good tasting. I'll be checking. Okay. Yeah, I get it for free. This first time gardening. And so forgot my puppy eats everything. Yeah. Puppies eat your shoes, they eat your socks, they eat anything they get a hold of. Every now and then, I went to put my foot in my house shoe and I jumped and she jumped. My cat had backed up in my house shoe, wanted to be next to me. Got up inside my house shoe and it was just as cozy. I was like, really? I was like, you're gonna have to get up out of there. And she looked at me like, no, not really. And I had to walk barefooted into the kitchen. So yeah. Yeah, puppies eat everything. They like newborns. They gnawing on everything. They cutting teeth. Their teeth is sharp. You got to watch that. I used to go to the Goodwill and buy a bunch of old shoes, you know, and leave them for them to chew on. And I would get men's shoes. I wouldn't get women's shoes. I get men's shoes because they're harder to chew. The soles are tougher. Just like FYI. Get some men's shoes and throw them out there and say, have at it. And they will chew them up. And it'll take them a minute, but they'll work it. Because those little teeth was like razors. But that'll keep them off of everything else. Because I had a girlfriend. I went to our house. The side of a door was all gnawed. It was a hole in the door jamb, a hole in the wall. I'm like, girl, your kids getting a fight or what? She said, no, it's the dog chewing up. I mean, literally took a chunk out the side of the door. She had a German Shepherd. It's like, this ain't a dog. These termites tore it up. I was like, no, go to the Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever you want to call it. Get you some shoes. Get men's shoes. Don't get women's shoes. Get men's shoes and throw them in the floor and say, have at it. She hugged me the next time I saw her. She said, "Girl, that was the best suggestion you ever gave me." It was tan them shoes. I said, as long as it ain't steel toe, your puppy be okay. All right. So do rabbits. What? Oh, rabbits do the same thing? Okay. I like that method, Miss Shirley. Free is always nice. All day long, every day of the week, 365 days a year. So you got a mini Rex. Okay. Hey, do what you got to do. Okay. That'll work too, though, Mike. If somebody feeding them, that means they not gonna come to your garden because they're not hungry. They're not looking for anything. Yeah. I hope it works for you. Next time you come up in the lab, let me know if it worked for you or not. Actually be picky about what they eat. Yeah. Who's the rabbits I was watching? Oh, that was Michael Farmer. His little rabbits. Yeah. And who else had rabbits? Um, Black's Tropical and Lead Farmer. My garden rabbits are behaving right now. The squirrels are walking on a slippery slope, though. The tree rats. Now, I don't have problems with rabbits, and I used to see some little bitty things running around chipmunks. We got uh, a park at the end of the street. We got chicken hawks. I do believe we got a bald eagle down there. I really do. We got um, crows. We got chicken hawks. We got herons. We got all kinds of birds that be flying around here. Every now and then, you'll see a rabbit getting ready to cross the street, and you hear that humming noise, and all of a sudden, something just swoop down and snatch and take off, and you go like, "Oh well, that's one less I got to worry about," because I'm always finding what they call it, maple trees popping up all over my yard because the squirrels done bury acorns all over the place. I was pulling them up yesterday. I was like, yeah, but I don't see as many tree rats as I used to. Tree rats, rabbits, and chipmunks, they have that population have been cut down tremendously. Okay. Now, if I could just get rid of this, I think I got a groundhog that just woke up because when I was outside checking the trees today, I seen pots of stuff tipped over. That normally happens when either the groundhogs wake up or the raccoons is out scavenging for food. And that's another reason I haven't been so eager about putting my stuff out because if I don't have enough protection for my plants, it's just like I'm feeding them and I'm not getting jack out of it. They don't mess with my peppers. They don't mess with my eggplants. They don't mess with my tomatoes. But if I try to put out, raccoons don't like cucumbers. But if there's not a cucumber on the plant, it's just a vine, they might nibble on the vine. They might eat, and the deer will even eat the leaves. So, yeah, I had to put protection out when I put my garden out. Otherwise, it's just futile. What'd you say? Okay. Found rabbits. Oh, okay. I read that. My rabbits are behaving right now. The squirrels are watching. Okay. I have 13 rabbits. Ooh. Did you start off with 13 or you ended up with 13s? Because I know rabbits, once they start dropping it like it's hot, they be, be baby on top of baby. Must not like peppers, tomatoes, basil, parsley. Yeah. And when I plant my tomatoes, I always plant basil to go with it. I don't know if it's fact or fable. Um, I was always told that basil helped to make tomatoes sweeter. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have always planted basil with my tomatoes, and I've always had sweet tomatoes, and I've always had clean tomatoes. For some reason, they also don't like the smell of basil. So it's like a 2-in-1 bonus. So, yeah, some like basil. Didn't even touch my kale. Okay. Miss Shirley, I'm always wondering because my owls will snatch them up in a heartbeat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chipmunks, I population, they disappeared and within a year. Like I said, I got a park down at the end of my street. And like between hours of 2 and 4 in the morning, I'm sitting out on my porch. It's like what's that? Midnight at the museum, where all the animals and stuff come alive and they leave out the museum and wander into the streets and then have to be back in before sunlight. Well, I'm looking down the street. I got the other night I ran out about 5 teenage deer. Like you could tell they was juveniles. They were small. They was jumping up and running around. They was nibbling on my hostas in the front. And I started. They don't like that. They don't like when you get out there. They don't like clapping. And I clapped. And they started jumping out there in the street. Then they act like they wanted to run over into the garden. I was like, and I ran across the line. Then they was jumping up and down up under the street lights. And they finally went back down to the park. So yeah, I have deer, possum, raccoons, groundhogs, herons, red fox. If there's any more, I've missed them, but I've seen those on a regular. So yeah, those Brahmin groundhogs have destroyed. Oh man, I did videos last year where they came in and just tipped over all my raised. I had raised beds on stands. They shredded the cages, tipped them over. I had my brassicas in them. They tore my yard up. I did videos on them. They was just disrespectful. Yeah. Who was someone was telling me in one of my lives that raccoon, no, what was it? Groundhogs and squirrel was good. I was like, and I hadn't got quite to that stage yet. I love kale too and Swiss. I grew Swiss char. Let me tell you, Pashley, I had Swiss char up under a laundry basket, and I had 6-inch garden snakes that had it pinned down. I came out the next day. That basket was snatched off with the pins, garden pins still hanging in the side, and my Swiss char was gone. Do you hear me? It wasn't nibbled on, it was ground level. If I didn't know what I planted there, I would have never known. Do you know I put it back? I was like, all right, I'll get some more and put it in there. It didn't kill it, it just ate the tops off. The root was still fine. It grew back. I put extra pins in it. Do you know it came back, whatever it was? I don't know if it was a groundhog. I know groundhogs normally during the day. Raccoons is at night along with deer. I don't know if it was a deer or a raccoon, but they pulled it up again and they ate it again after it reappeared. I was like, bunk this. This ain't even worth that. I had Swiss chard up here on the second floor in a pot because I couldn't grow it in the garden. I was like, no. How do you say? Animals 1, humans 0. I wouldn't even. Mm-mm. Yeah, I love Swiss chard, but that was the only way I was gonna get it. I got gangster ghetto. They would stand out there and literally pull up covers to get to my veggies in my garden. I had hoops. What was that? Electrical conduit piping over it. I had um, netting over it. I had something that had sharp claws, ripped my netting open and went in there and ate all my brassicas. I had taken a picture of what my brassicas looked like, how nice they were, and then I took a second picture where there was nothing but sticks. I was still working then, and I left. I checked everything before I left to go to work. 12 hours later, 13 hours later, I came home from work. I went over. I always walk through my garden before I go lay down, especially if I have to return that night for the shift. It wasn't jacking, it was sticks. I actually took a picture of it. They ate every single brassica I had in there. I had like about 14, 15 plants. There were nothing but sticks. You talking about somebody sick. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm running my mouth, not looking. I just saw Duval. Who else I saw? Did I see? No, first sight. Wait a minute. Boy, this chat just took off and just, whoa. I missed a whole lot of stuff here. If I missed saying hello to y'all while I was running my mouth, Thank you for coming in my chat tonight. And I really didn't mean to be rude because my mom said if you come in my house to speak, I'm supposed to at least say hello. Okay. Who else? Snoop Dogg. Oh, who cares about Snoop Dogg? Yeah, put your MSOG. Love at first sight. I think this is your first time coming over. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. I used to be looking for a man, but I don't look for one anymore. I'm good. Yeah, our environments are totally disrespectful. Love at first sight. I think the first time I saw you, it might have been on Miss T with the T. Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping in tonight. I greatly appreciate it. And my girl Duval. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I missed so many lives earlier today because I was outside playing in the yard. We say hi for you, Miss Shirley. Thank you, Mike. You good for something. Thank you. Mike, I need you to make some more tacos and show me how you roll them up in what's that, lettuce? Yeah, I do. Please drop your channels, MSOG. Let us know where you're located at and how people can get in touch with you. Or just watch your videos to check to see what you're growing. Because even though everybody's growing in some instances the same thing, they're germinating at different rates. They're maturing at different rates. Um, and it's just nice to see how it looks from a different point of view. You know, we all watch each other's videos and we laugh and we smile and we like, oh man, I wish I was growing that. Well, I'm not growing it this year. Maybe I'll grow it next year. You know, that sure look good. And when they pick a melon and they cut it open and you see how ripe and juicy it looks on the inside, whether it's a small melon or whether it's a huge watermelon, and you see all the seeds and you be like, oh man, look at all them seeds up in there. Say they good, you know. And then folks will start telling you, you know, if you want some seeds, email me. I send them to you. Not a problem. Yes, indeed. Did I see? Uh-oh. Miss Indiana Jackson. Wait a minute. Whoa. Where we at? Miss Indiana Jackson. I just went to a party where they was. Yes. Yes. There you go. I've been working on it. Woo! Girlfriend, I'm waiting on your video for the dance. And Queen, because me and Queen got ours together and we did a yes, indeedy. Oh, my girl. Yes, indeed. I went to a brunch a couple weeks ago, and they had about 3 or 4 ladies who had these same exact fans, and they was in there popping them, scaring everybody. But when I heard it, I knew exactly what it was and who was doing it. And I was like, dang, I had a fan. I didn't think to bring it. And they said, you didn't bring it? I was like, no. I said, from now on, when I go to my ladies' brunch, let me get it together here. She showed me. There we go. I'm gonna get it in a minute. What'd you say, Miss Jackson? You got it? Woo! I can't wait. Rest of y'all ladies got to get your fans now. So when we come out next year for the Soil Family 2024, oh, it's gonna be popping in more than one way. Yes, indeedy. I love it. And I know Queen been practicing too. Yeah. Hey, Liz B. Journey. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Hey, glad you made it over. I ain't forgot you. It won't be much longer. That's now take the fan everywhere. Never know when opportunity. I know after that, yeah, because they got on me. They was like, what? I showed them the Quinn. I showed them the picture that you and I took when I was in Savannah of us both holding our fans. And they was like, you didn't bring your fan. I was like, ah. So you're right, Miss Jackson. You got to take it with you regardless. Hey, Ted, thank you for stopping in this night. I'm glad you made it. Got to set up SteamYard stuff. Oh, StreamYard. Yeah. Yeah, girl. So you can give us some lessons and stuff and do a little dance next time we do it. Show Sherry how we roll. It's just a queen. Yes, laughing out loud. Yes, indeed. Because I was like, woo! Every time I do that, that just I was a little kid in the candy. So when you learn something new, it's just so much fun. It's nice to know that I don't care what age you get, you should always learn something new every day. My mom said, if you didn't learn something new in the course of 24 hours, what's wrong with you? You don't know everything. We only use a tenth of our brain when it comes to memory capacity, as far as storing information or learning something new. So, with this growth family that I'm in, you guys are always teaching me something new. And I appreciate it. And if no one else tells you, thank you. This is from Miss Shirley OG. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for making my day. Okay. Healy Mays, girl, hello. Hadn't seen you for a minute. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. That's right, Jimmy. Mama Girls, tell them to hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I'm looking to see quite a few of y'all next year in 2024. I want to see the ones I saw this year and some. I really appreciate the hugs, the kisses, the camaraderie, the genuineness of our gathering. There was no fighting, it wasn't any confusion. Everybody was loving on one another, and it was just fantastic. I never seen so many videos of one event. I mean, everybody was doing something. If they wasn't doing it live, they was recording something and putting it on there. I mean, we was wearing the internet out those 4 days and all the activities that we dealt with, and the places we went and the people we met. I need to post my fan short. You got one, unbiased? Whew. This feels good right by now after drinking that wine. I got a little warm. And laugh every queen. We laughed every day, Pastor. Like, I ain't kidding. I laughed. I cried. Like, Quinn would come in the room and sit on my bed. I had my own room at the guest room, and we would sit and we would just talk. We would talk till we got too tired. Like, girl, we've been going all day long. Let's go to bed, go to sleep. Because we got to get up early the next day and hit the road. Yes, there are studies that say exactly what you said. Line dance have health benefits, including improving keeping your memory sharp. I'm trying. Because sometimes I could stand up, don't know why I stood up, and I had to sit back down until it come back to me. Oh, I line dance now. I line dance every chance I get. At the brunch, I was out there line dancing right along with the rest of them. Well, y'all already know for the ones y'all didn't see me, I love to dance. Um, yeah, my feet are still swollen. They was wrapped up in there, and I danced for as long as I could. Then I had to sit down, and then they gave me a chair to prop my legs out because they were really starting to ache. But I hung for as long as I could. So dance is my thing. That helps keep my girly figure, and that's my exercise. I don't always get out there. I can't do sit ups and pull ups and all the other stuff, but dancing I can do. Haven't been out dancing since the pandemic. Girl, you better get yourself up out there. But you know what? I don't need somewhere to go. When I clean my house, I put music on and I dance all through the house. I hand dance, hit the wall, spin, duck, come back, go in another room, be washing dishes, whatever. Music. Music just makes you move. It was such a blast. I miss you so much. Oh, Quinn, I miss you too. And then when we spent the whole day Monday before my flight, and you got a chance to take me to all your favorite places. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Miss Shirley, could you do a story time video on you best garden season? Hmm, that's interesting. I had to think about that. I've been gardening so long, I couldn't even figure it out. I could though. I can do I have a book close by? No, I don't. But I can open up and says, that's a good That is good because I got a fifth generation that will be due here in August, and I will be reading the book, the Bible, and a whole lot of good stuff to my great grandbaby. Hmm. That's interesting. That's food for thought. Now, see, you didn't start it some more. You gonna have me pondering on that all night long. Yeah, yeah. You gotta come. The analytic gardener, you won't regret it, girl. Let me tell you, we laughed, we ate, we drank, we danced, we laughed some more, we ate, we drank, and we danced some more. We did that on and off all the way up, like Sunday morning at the diner where we ate. We was tripping people out at the diner. They was like, who is all these people? And it wasn't just a bunch of black folks. We were all different nationalities. We were different sizes. We were different ages. We came from different states. It was a mix of a mini UN at the Soil Family Expo. And we laughed. We was laughing so much. People trying to bend down, couldn't get back up, trying to do the little signs and the pieces. And oh my goodness, we cut up. We was worse than a bunch of high school kids at a senior prom. But it was fun. It was fun. I've met so many wonderful people. I got a chance to listen to other people's ideas. I got a chance to meet Crafty's Leo's baby girl. She was cute as a button. I loved the little band she had around her head with the little socks and the bows on it. I got a chance to drink who was that? Food by Faith, her juices and stuff. I got a chance to get my freeze dry pineapple and bananas from Sherry and Bobby. I got some stuff from Pruitt Homestead for my throat. I just, Miss Ann, I got pushers and pullers and all that. I mean, I got a little bit of everything for everybody. Who is that? Spoon of Sunshine. Got me a T-shirt from there. I mean, I got a little bit of something from every single vendor that was there, stuff to bring home. And I laughed because when I saw the fruit trees, I was like, you know who I'm talking about. It was headed straight for the fruit trees. And sure enough, brother man was over there getting his fruit trees before he left out of there. And he got some containers and tape with him too. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Um, and there were so many different people there. Yeah, we had a good time. It was just exciting. People was trying to figure out who we were. They were like, "Who are they, and where are they from?" I can't wait until next year. Gonna be on and pop. I hope that lady who fell on the ground, but oh yeah, yeah, she wasn't with us. Yeah, and her girlfriends tried to get her up to go to leave, and she came right back. Yeah. Um, I hope I can go next year. Yeah, well, I plan on it. Work on it. You got time. It ain't like, they just waited till a week before. Start working on it now. I'm trying to work on it now. I'm trying to work on a few yards pulling weeds or whatever to make my little extra money so I can go next year. You know. Queen already told me my room is reserved. I was like, well, I got somewhere to lay my head. So I want a straight flight. I do not want to change planes. I had to change planes in, was it Charlotte? Mm-mm. I want a straight flight. 3 hours, bam, I'm there. That's what I want to do. I'm working on that. But the Soil Family Expo was just free, and I love Savannah. Oh my goodness, I done fell in love. I love architecture, and I'm looking at the buildings, and I'm looking at the moss hanging off the trees. I'm looking at the different assortments of flowers that people have landscaped their yards with, and I was just like, it was just gorgeous. I love Savannah. It was just somewhere new. I've been to Georgia before. I just never been to Savannah because I got people in Columbus, Albany, Dalton. That's where my people are from Georgia. I ended up in Ohio because they came to Ohio. So, but I have Atlanta, Columbus, Dalton, all over Georgia. Just never been to Savannah. Uh, I think everybody who's in the same area should network and get an Airbnb for something or something. Yeah, that would be nice. It cut down on costs. It definitely will. So she need to stay home. Yeah. So, oh, containing my garden. Oh, well, hello. Thank you for stopping in this evening. You might have to watch the replay for all the first half because we've been cutting up a little. Well, I've been cutting up anyway in the chat. So I really enjoyed everybody in here. Yeah, an Airbnb, that would be nice. Everybody there together. Girl, let me tell you, if they had an Airbnb, wouldn't nobody be coming out the house because we would be cutting up so bad at the Airbnb, we would never get out of there. Or we'd be late going to everything. We would be truly late. But that Friday night meet and greet at the pizza place, that was awesome. Guava. And that Saturday night with Quinn, myself, whole new perspective, and Broke was hanging out at Wet Willie's. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness. We had so much fun. Wet Willie made some money off of us. Do you hear me? We was trying a little bit of everything. Oh, well, Cheryl, yeah, we know that's what y'all did, but we talking about a bigger one that would have at least 4 or 5 bedrooms in it. Yeah, y'all would never get out of there. Y'all be there all day laughing and talking and drinking. Yeah, so sister, we did. We had a good time. We got to get Mike out the house though. We got to drag him and David and Stacy out of their comfort zone. Get them to come in there and just enjoy. We ain't tell you had to move in. We just there for y'all there for 3 days. I'm always full. I stay an extra day with Quinn, so me and Quinn can enjoy each other's company. Yes, indeedy. Thank you, Mike. We'll be staying up late, laughing and talking and drinking. That's what I'm talking about. Cheryl, the spot. That's exactly what it would be. The spot. Everybody want to hang at the spot. No one would ever go nowhere. And you might just throw somebody a pillow because they stretch out on the floor and they'll probably wake up in the same position. I've gone to parties like that. Oh, yeah, we want everybody to come. It's just a good time. Oh, Country Hustle 101. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you coming in. Please make sure all the new ones who come in the last 5 or 10 minutes hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. My original topic was Ohio still not warm enough. Well, hopefully now our nights will stay between temperature of 50, 55 degrees so that the below temperature will stabilize itself. So for the stuff people starting to harden out to go out into the ground, they can do so without losing stuff. And hopefully we're through with our last frost. But Ohio can sometimes be a little tricky. So yeah. Thanks, you, Mama. I just want everybody to come. Yeah. Yeah. We had so much fun. It was just amazing. I want to make the next event I will pick up chaotic. Please strap him. Do it like they did Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies. Put a rocking chair and strap him in it and roll his butt up in there. That would be funny if I saw that happen. Yeah. Yep. Tell him, Queen. Sound like a good idea to me too. Really, it's nice when you can get a bunch of grown people together without all the conflict and the issues, because the world is in such turmoil and there's so much hate and there's so much dissension among races, whether it's economics, uh, which will be part of unemployment or employment in regards to people working long, stressful hours, and they're risking their own health to keep their jobs, working long hours unnecessarily to make ends meet or just to kind of get ahead. So when everybody schedules this time off from work to come and de-stress, and just enjoy yourself. How they say, let your hair down and just be yourself. It's amazing. It's amazing. All, we see each other on lives and in other people's chats, and that's all it is, alive and in chats. But when you actually have that person tangible, where you can touch them and feel them and hug them and feel the genuineness of a hug or a kiss on the cheek, and you got tears literally rolling down your face because you're just so happy. We need more of that. And in this world and in the times we're living in, we're not really getting it. So if it's only once a year, everybody needs to try to make it if it's only that one time of year. Oh yeah, Mike. When I was a kid growing up, we didn't lock doors and windows. They'd be wide open. Then nobody come in your house robbing you, raping you, and all that crazy stuff. Times changed. Hey, M&T living and cooking. Thank you for coming in. We got less than 10 minutes in here. Sorry you're late, but you made it. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and show me that you like me. Just a little bit. Hand pinking, hand waving. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna send everybody to pick up Mike. Yes, we are. Yep, him, David, and Stacy. We're gonna tie all three of them. We're gonna hog time, handcuff them, and drag them in there kicking and screaming. Now that would be a sight I would pay to see, for real, for real. Oh my goodness. Oh, Nene say, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yes, that would be something to see. Oh, I think we all would have fun watching that Grammy. If they pulled up, somebody hit the horn like on a 18-wheeler, and we all stop, turn around and look, and like, oh, they here. They here. They made it. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they had to sedate them or what, but they made it. And they can't leave until Sunday after breakfast. Now they can go back the same way they can. That's up to them, but oh yeah, I think we all would be cracking up. That would be, I'm sitting under the hair dryer trying to read lips. Closed caption is not available, and I can only turn up the volume so much and then come back and watch the replay. Wonderful evening. Okay, Healy. Well, hey, that's what replays are for, to come back and check them out. Really do. Really, really, really. But does anybody have any questions before we wrap this up? We got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes. I just want to say I enjoyed everybody who stayed to the end. I really enjoy when you take time out your day to come and watch this old lady. I tell you, y'all just don't know how it makes my day. Um, I'm sentimental kind of girl, and I really like when people think enough of one another. They say we are a huge, not a little, not a big, but we are a huge garden community. And I can't say enough in regards to how many people that we have that's there in our corner, you know, and they genuinely care about us in regards to what we're going through. We've had so many people in the chat who's had surgery, are right now sitting at home, might be listening in the bushes and in recovery. Right now, I have a girlfriend who has cancer, and she just had her third brain lesion removal yesterday. I haven't gotten an update yet in regards to how she's doing. I hope she'll be all right. And then my stepsister just had a tumor taken off of the back of her ear. She had a stroke. She's still in the hospital. She's going through speech therapy. She said that, I talked to her yesterday, she should be home tomorrow. I said, they kicking you out already? She said, yeah. So I guess they'll be sending someone to the house. But I have my little stepdaughter up the street. She just came home. She had her gallbladder removed. So she's at home recuperating. So I got so many loved ones around me that have gone through so many health issues, and my prayer list is so long. I think I fall asleep before I finish it because it's just that many people that I try to pray for in regards to their healing and recovery. So we try to look out for one another, and hopefully, we will continue doing so. I mean, we're not going to stop. Uh, oh man, thank you. I appreciate that, country hustle. Thank you so much. Y'all trying to make this old lady cry because I told y'all. Oh yes, I'm biased. Oh, hanging in there. Yeah. So I do. I do appreciate, like I said, the time and energy that you take out your day because I know a lot of you guys have families, you have husbands, significant others, or children. And either if you're not cooking, you're doing homework, or you just, been out in the garden, working out in your yard, trying to get, that time in when you can, anytime you got a free moment, that we try to break out and do stuff while we can because you never know how long it's gonna last. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Tia. And like I say, yeah, I'm doing that too. My prayer list keeps getting longer and longer. It does, and it's just not my personal friends, but my garden family too. So I know there's a lot of folks that's going through stuff, and I appreciate that we look out for one another and we pray for one another and we check in on one another. If we hear that someone's not doing good, we're going to holler at them some kind of way to find out. Wait a minute. Am I seeing things? Is it lead? Oh, hello. How are you? Lead farmer for you. Guava, my brother. I love that picture of our dear Lady Lead. I was like, oh, look at girlfriend. She got all that cheesecake up in there. I was like, yes, buddy. She looking really good. Your wife hasn't aged today, lad. Your beard is getting whiter and whiter, but your wife ain't aged today. So that means she ain't letting you run her crazy. Oh, yes. So thank you all for coming in this evening. I don't see any questions. I want to say thank you all for this live stream. I was cutting 2 acres of grass, and you all have been keeping me company and laughing. Oh my goodness, you've been laughing at us, Lynn. Yes, indeed. Well, if you're not mulching your grass, make sure what's ever left and it mounds up, throw it in your compost pile. That'll help heat it up. Keep it going. Everybody saying hi to Lynn. Tell the missus we said hello. That's right. Tell Lady Led we miss her. Hey, Led, did you get your chickens and rabbits moved to Freedom Acres yet? Because I know you was going to move them. But I know the last set of your rooster and the rest of them, they became RIP. Sorry about that, but yeah. So I know you're going to move everything over there. I love all of you. You are. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping in. I'm glad that we were able to keep you company and that you were able to go ahead and knock those 2 acres out. I was thinking one day, I was like, I wonder if, mm, see, there go a brain fart, that old age. Eco, roll up on your acreage one day with Annabelle and say, bro, what you need? That I would love to see. Y'all two collaborating with one another to clear out a patch of land. Yeah. I like to see where you're going to put your barn and your workshop and all that good stuff. All right, G Mama. No, that's my Renaissance grandma. Oh, my girl. Deuces. I understand. Yep, it's that time. I have hour 59 minutes and 18 seconds and counting. Would you say I'm working on it? But I've been so busy traveling. Yeah. Well, you're a busy man. All right. You got places to go and people to see. We understand that. We all doing a little something, something here, there, and the other. But I'm gonna say to all you good folks, good evening. Please be safe, be careful, Love one another and be kind. It doesn't take anything to be kind. It said it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. And you say hello, goodbye, have a good night. I love you all. And as I always say, this is Miss Shirley signing out. And y'all come back now. You hear?